Hello, everyone. This is HR Perspective, and today we have with us Dr. Reena Kaur and Mr. Suren Verma. Dr. Reena Kaur is the Human Resources Consultant at Sembcorp Myanmar project, and Mr. Suren Verma is the Director at AB Myanmar. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Hello.
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 As we know, the topic for today is about green HRM and obviously workplace spirituality. So both these topics are something that we haven't been discussed about very lately, and I know the world is obviously talking about mental health and spirituality and everything, but then somewhere that thing is being lost now, and I think the topic also is getting saturated. So which is why we are obviously going to focus on that. And green HRM, which is not, I think, which is spoken about a lot in these days, especially in the corporate world. So going ahead with you, Dr. Kaur, which is because of your topic of choice, the which is green HRM. So we know that there is something called green HRM, and it implicates an association with the environment in a way. But then is there more to this initiative other than just working to create an environmentally sensitive organization?
Uh, Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, this is the how to say uh, when HRM is relevant with the corporate sustainability. Corporate sustainability has a three relations that we call economic relationship and social relationship, environmental relationship. So apart from the environmental, the organization that they have the sensitive in the environmental, of course they can have the social responsibility. They can do in the economic responsibility. In short way, we call the three P: people, planet, and the profit. So the organization, the employer that they are using, they are applying the green HR in the organization. Of course, what they can get some of the employee motivation, employee engagement, and the
Right.
teamwork is apart from the environmental, is the
Mhm.
social responsibility. And then from the economic side, of course, because of this green so green initiative, they got employee motivation, employee teamwork. So the production also the increase. Whenever
Mhm.
they are aware in the green society, they become well-being as well. When the employees have the well-being, they are have well performance in their daily operations, their functional job. So the productivity also the increase. So
Right.
not only the productivity, but also their loyalty in the organization also increase. So
Right.
it is the immediate effective as well. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you mean that there are certain immediate benefits to it as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So, and moving on, we know that green HRM is actually helpful in finding alternate ways to cut down cost, right? But then
Hmm.
that even helps to retain the top talent. So what do you think are the top ways and the strategies to actually cut down cost and retain talent through green
Okay,
HRM?
that's very good question, Nisha. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I would like to, first of all, I would like to clarify that Green HRM is not for the cut cause. It is
Okay.
safe cause
Okay.
for our sustainable development in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I mentioned before, is relevant with corporate sustainability. The one
Correct.
that I mentioned before, economic responsibility, social responsibility, environmental responsibility. So this is corporate responsibility. It's
Okay.
very popular among us today, but actually this corporate sustainability is not a new idea or new topics now. So in here, let me share some of the some for the general knowledge purpose.
Yes, please.
It was used as green version in 1960s. This
Okay.
term was created in the hotel industry. So in
Mm-hmm.
the hotel manager asked the guests to reuse their towels to save the water, to save the
Right.
environment. So since in on that time, it was awareness in the green, but nowadays it transformed as a business strategy.
Right.
But however, it's growing. going green is not like a cut cost or the safe water, safe
Hmm.
energy.
Right.
It's all about the commitment of the people.
Okay.
Without the
Right.
commitment of the people, we can do anything. It's just a short term, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
when we are applying this green culture in the organization, the important one is the contribution and the participation of our employees. So who
Okay.
will do this task? For employee participation in the these activities,
Yeah.
thus responsibility becomes to the HR because HR is the handling employee relationships and
Okay.
handling all the company policies.
Oh.
So
Okay.
for our employees to adopt the green practice culture, we need to establish human resource practices that's called
Right.
green HR management.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty interesting because obviously I had no idea, and the fact that green HRM in itself is a very new concept for me. What do you think, Mr. Suren, about green HRM?
I, I think in one word, it's about sustainability for the environmental sustainability. The
Right.
key goal. That's what aligning to me, mining. So that's what the global focus today is about: sustainability, sustainability. So
Absolutely.
green HRM to me is just the environmental sustainability. And the
Right.
most touching point, if I connect with Dr. Reena, is what she said is depend on more commitment. What she said,
Right.
these
Absolutely.
are the
Yeah.
two elements I like. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you for your comments. So Nisha, let me go back to your questions.
Yeah.
Uh, how to retain the top talent and
Right.
strategy for them. So let me, as you know, right, attracting, retaining the talent is a key HR challenges for us.
Correct. Yeah.
But if we have created and maintained the organization as a sustainable business area or as a green environment, our workplace becomes as a spiritual workplace for the
Yeah.
talent people. Right? So let me share some strategy that affected to the green purpose. For my opinion, before we retain the people, I think we should start applying the green strategy since the chosen time. Let's say the first one, green recruitment strategy. As I mentioned, since the tenant chosen time, be transparent about your strategy. I would like to suggest, for example, we should mention uh, green initiatives in the job description and let them know we are targeting the eco-friendly candidates only. And our organization
Right.
is green, applying the green workplace society like that. So after the recruitment, we can do this green L&D strategy. So we can train, we can share the people to be more improve their ability and motivated to participate in these green activities. Of course, training is very good, right? Training get new idea, we can share new things, and it helps to retain the people in the organization. But during this COVID-19 pandemic, we got a new experience that is virtual training. Now we are doing a virtual meeting like that. In my organization, we also use not only functional training, we also use virtual team lunch, virtual yogas and mindfulness training, virtual town
Wow.
hall. These
Okay.
things are virtual and it's very effective and
Right.
good for the organizations too. So not only organization and it's very effective to the environment to save everything. That's
Correct.
also one of the green part. And what we do after the training, we do the performance review, performance appraisal. So I would like to suggest to use green reward strategy. If we can offer financial or non-financial awards to the top talented the
Employees.
employees for
Yeah.
their eco-friendly manners in the organization,
Oh.
it
Okay.
provides opportunity to be more initiatives in the green activities. So
Correct.
these are the strategies, some strategies that we can apply in the organization. But the important one is motivation to do. So to create green workplace strategy, whatever the strategy that I mentioned three above, and the others we can do the strategy regarding with the green practices. But as
Right.
of the time consuming, I don't want to take more time. So I would like to suggest we need to drive employee motivation first before we set up the green activities. And when I hear that when they have the motivation, people perform at their best, and it is part of their retention too. Thank
Right.
you.
That's really interesting, Dr. Kaur, because what do you call it? Promoting green HRM at workplace is also one of the strategies to retain the talent, which is very true. So what when you're talking about an organization and the changes that the organization should take and should make in their company, what do you think are these specific changes that need to be brought about in the workplace culture to conduct an environmental audit and also raise awareness in the process?
Okay, Nisha. This environmental audit is an everyone know about environmental audit is part of the company's environmental policy performance. However, many companies don't do it, and some do it improperly.
Correct.
In generally, everyone know to got the environmental audit. There should be audit plan and
Right.
make a survey questionnaire and then review the information, conduct the site survey, and then review and report to the management very nicely, presentations. But they forget that there are many, many environmental rules and regulations that need to
Correct.
apply in the organization.
True. Yeah.
These areas need to be changed. So my question for the audit purpose is this compliance? Is this supposed to the people in the communities that area when they are doing the audit in audit, like that for example the project, the
Correct. Yeah.
environmental audit for the projects or the some big plan, we all need the consider about instead of the this step by step we need to consider about this corporate sustainability,
Right.
corporate social responsibility of the
Correct.
people in that area, and is
Yes.
this
Yes.
compliance or not.
Right.
And then whenever they do for employee environmental audit, they should be aware that it is essential the plans is for to incorporate environmental information or not. They should ensure they are bringing benefits to the local communities or not.
Correct. Yeah.
So we need a strong ethic and interest on low impact to the environment too. So finally, is ensure that the country's economy and people have the benefit from it too.
Yeah. At the end of the day, our end goal should be to help the communities and obviously the environment
Yes,
and make it
yes.
much better. Correct.
Yeah, of course. In
So.
Myanmar, we need to participate 2% of the profit from the project to for the
Okay.
CSR. So
Oh.
whenever
Okay.
they do the survey, since the survey that they need to be see not only the project but also the project area, the communities, how to be
Correct.
developed for the area too. So my suggestion is change the mindset, just focus on the paperwork, see the communities,
Yes.
see the country's economy too.
Yes. Absolutely. That is when a country
Work
can
ethics
progress.
too. Yes, work ethic and compliance also very important.
Correct. Yeah. So, we see that green HRM has obviously, been associated just with environment and everything. But through you, we are actually able to understand that it has so much, so many more implications than just being, associated to environment. So, what do you think are, the outcomes of green HRM and obviously, the antecedents to it at an organization as well at an individual level?
Okay, let's go from organization level first.
Great. Okay.
From the organization level, going green takes some effort. It's mainly significant initial investment.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot see the result very easily. We need to take a time for the initial investment, maybe time consuming,
Right.
and sometimes going green is often less than the expectation. We
Absolutely.
need
Yeah.
to think about the risk management too, because
Yes.
it is not a one-time project investment.
Correct.
It's a
Yeah.
long time, long
Yeah.
time. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's
But
and
anyway,
continuously
it is
growing.
not easy to save the cost in the initial stage, but
Mm-hmm.
it's need high level of the motivation and commitments to do it. However, at the individual level, what we can do is, as mentioned before, we can try our best to save the energy, to save the water, to
Correct.
save the light. Now we are using the natural light, natural
Yeah.
open air,
Yes.
save the energy, and then the
Yeah.
make plant small plantation. Sorry, my plant is very small,
Okay.
and
I think I can see the leaves. Yeah.
oh, okay, and
Yeah.
use the mask and disposable very well. This
Yeah.
all the individual level we can do in start from the very small things, and then we can go to the organization level.
Mm-hmm.
I know we need that these organic products, organic things are very expensive, but well-being also important.
Right.
These organic
Absolutely.
products we use is yes, it is not for one time. It is for well-being. So in future we can save money for our medical costs.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's very
So
true, Dr. Kaur. Yeah.
so educate yourself, ourselves, and start today.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's about doing our own bit, and then eventually make the changes in the country, or whichever community you're living in, at least for the first, as the first step. So, how far do you agree with this, Mr. Suren?
Wow, I've been just counting a lot of benefits, such as
Right.
I will say, like, first, the thing I see my point of agreement is about the people. It's all about the stories about people. So, the immediate result from this conversation I'm seeing is the peace, the partnership, the people commit, and getting this done together, you see.
Correct.
So the
Yeah.
immediate things are, I do agree what Reena said earlier, like it's about the immediate the partnership, the environment.
Yes.
So I will link with this the United Nations current 5 goals, relating to United Nations SDG goals.
Yes.
The
Yes.
5 goals out of the 17 that I believe, I assume from this US and Dr. Kaur conversation,
Yeah.
that align with this 5 goal of UN SDG, like
Okay.
people,
Mm-hmm.
prosperity, and what called prosperity, peace, partnership, and the
Right.
planet.
Right.
So I
Right.
think these are the 5 benefits I'm seeing it. Yeah. So this was mine.
Yeah. So, we obviously are, when we're talking about green HRM and the new modes of actually working given the remote landscape and everything, we cannot forget about the mental health and spirituality and the things that employees and just the general staff of any company has to actually follow and do it. When we are living alone and there is not a lot of bonding and physical touch, that everything is lost in a way after the pandemic came and everything. So, I think spiritual experience is something that most people just talk about, but we also know that we do slip away when we try to turn it into mental understanding. And though the topic is actually gaining a lot of value and gratitude, especially in the academic and research world, and you might be knowing more about that, Mr. Suren, given the fact that you come from an academic background. So, but then spirituality workplace is still not a very household name in the business world. So, why do you think this is so?
I think, Nishan, the interesting part here is very interesting part in your question is you said spirituality is not something new. Many people know it, but why it is not becoming the household name, as you said? So the answer is very
Yeah.
straight. There's some gap, I think, in understanding, of the term spiritual, or the perception of spiritual experience. As you said, spirituality. Okay,
Yeah.
because people know it every, it's a common word, but as you said, right, it hasn't become the household name yet.
Right.
And but on the other hand, it is well known and very significant in academic research finding that about spirituality science work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so why? So the key reason, if we look at, the key reason is people know it, but yet not it doesn't become household name because
Exactly. Yeah.
there is a lack of understanding, or lack of the experience that spirituality bring about.
Correct.
See,
Yeah.
or it could even be that people know it experience but didn't realize it in daily life. Deeper level
Right.
of realization. That is what lack, I think, in my answer. So to make it more realistic, maybe just give you one example. Let me
Yes,
define.
please.
Like let's go more deeper. You see,
Right. Right.
uh, what does this spiritual experience is? What does it is exactly? What is it for the all being? So let me, maybe I need just you or Dr. Kaur, participation. Let me just ask you, can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can.
What does, what, you hear my voice, right? Can you
Yes.
hear my, yes.
Yes.
Who is hearing me now, right now?
I'm sorry. Who is hearing Dr. Kaur? You mean?
Yeah. No, right now, you said you are hearing me,
Yeah.
right? So I'm asking back spiritual question. Who is hearing me right now?
I am hearing you.
I. Who is talking to me? I right now.
Nishad. Me.
Nishant, no, that's not right answer. Nishant
Okay.
is your name.
Right.
It
A
is your
human
name.
being. A human.
Nishant is a name belong to you.
Right.
So who is hearing me right now? Who is listening me right now?
A human being. Sorry. I
No.
don't know.
I'm
No.
saying, is it your ear listening me?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that's
No.
your
Okay.
ears, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
So the
My
voice goes,
mind.
yeah. So my voice, the physic mechanism going through the vibration through your ears, that
Yes.
going to your spectrum, the process with this all. But it is not your ears hearing me. It is right.
Yeah.
It's not
It
this
is.
body hearing me.
Yeah.
Who
Okay.
is hearing? Who is listening? Nishan is your name, not you.
Yeah. Oh.
So can you
Okay.
sense this difference?
Yes.
Can you prove? Can you prove Nishan is here?
Don't know. I don't think so. I obviously
So,
can prove
you
because of
see,
our
this is
physical
the
presence.
definition. This is another dimension of spiritual experience. What I just did was that you just go deeper. We people become just the slave of these five senses: ears,
Right.
nose, mouth, eyes, and we identify ourselves with this physical thing. So in your workplace, Green HR, what Dr. Kaur earlier discussed, the environment, in all this workplace environment, you look 99.99999% of the people are engrossed, occupied totally with this five sensation.
Right.
Okay? And their whole perception is limited within this range. But in reality, you are not this. Okay, so that is called the spiritual experience.
Correct.
Okay, what we just feel, we three together, we just might notice. Okay, who is listening, right? So let me answer this. We are called the people who live with this five sensation. We are just a personality. Plus, there is a person who is listening. Just now I said, if there is no
Yeah.
that existence in you, this ear, this name, Nishan, nothing is going to help. So Nishan is here a personality that you're listening, acting, behaving, but there's a soul behind. Whatever it is,
Right.
religion or faith, okay, everything that's called the spiritual experience. There's a soul
Right.
behind that touch. So bottom
Yeah.
line is we are personality and soul, and we have a dual identity. Okay, so in the workplace environment, what you said, why the spirituality doesn't become a household name? Because Everyone has a different perception. Everyone see differently. Right now, Dr. Kaur and yourself may be listening my conversation, and already the brain is converting different perception. Even our
Right.
perceptions are not same on the same
Correct.
thing.
Right.
If I say ice cream, the ice cream immediately you see in your eyes and Dr. Kaur eyes is totally different,
Correct. Yeah.
right? Though it is an ice cream, but the experience are different.
Yes. Yes.
So that is
Absolutely.
why I'm not sure how much I answer. It's a very difficult and interesting question. Why
Yes. No. I do
spirituality
understand.
doesn't become a household name in workplace? I think it is very high level experience. And that I would appreciate, like Dr. Kaur and your earlier discussion, HR, Green HR War. That's why I'm thankful for this topic and the title, making a very, I think, important role in the HR sector of the world. Bringing
Right.
spirituality to the workplace. It's one of the very important dimensions. That's how I see. That's how I see in this question. Yeah. Okay.
So, do you think there is, relationship between, workplace spirituality dimensions and also, the work satisfaction in a way, or do you think even mental health, for that matter, is related to it?
Definitely, because as you saw earlier definition, spirituality is all about going beyond these five physical sensations.
Correct.
Okay, and yet more deeper. It's a high level of sensation. So the dimension is. So the relationship is for mental health and you said satisfaction is the highest level of relationship spirituality has in the work. Because let me link this with Maslow hierarchy of needs. The motivation theory. Maslow has mentioned clearly, proven like in order to get your workplace or environment, in order to get this motivation, satisfaction, okay, Maslow has created this five-layer hierarchy. So if
Okay.
we look this about relationship through this five hierarchy, okay, we'll see it clearly. For example, Maslow hierarchy one, it's say like people look for at workplace or wherever human being look for first is the physical need, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So their satisfaction, everything is depend on their physical need. But once they got all this physical need food, okay, do they really satisfy when you set the relief? No, they look for security, okay, safety. Okay, so in the workplace, okay, we give you this physical, whatever physical need. Then you have this all safety environment, safety. What we talked earlier, green environment. Okay,
Yeah.
do they satisfy? No, no. Then they come to know I need to be care, love, affection.
Yes.
Psychological need.
Yes.
Okay, then the HR go become more than beyond the mother, father, everything for this working environment and caring. Do they satisfy? No. This physical need, a safety need, then you have this relationship, psychological need. No, they want self-esteem. My love is different. Okay.
Yeah.
My love is royal. I got special. That's self-esteem.
Yes.
And
Correct.
again, I'm just referring to Maslow hierarchy, okay? The reason I'm putting this example is you just look this proven research, Maslow. So after the self-esteem, do the employee satisfy? Even if we suppose, no, he said,
Of course not.
at the end, if they become like, every kind of love, care, and let them have a, wall tower missing all the president of the world, okay, whatever, but they are not still satisfied. So you said the
Yes.
relationship is go back, Maslow understanding of those things. He said self-actualization is the last one.
Okay.
That is where I am connecting self-actualization. What does Maslow mean by that? I'm not sure how much Maslow understand about sex, self understanding, okay, actualization.
Yeah.
But if you go back to, Christianity, Islam, Buddhist, Hindu, any religion, self actualization is there.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, any religion and faith, you just close the eyes. So that is what Maslow has scientifically and what he has found. But how it defined anymore? But in this context, as I said earlier, spirituality become why not becoming Earlier we asked household names. Now we realize. Now second part, as you said here, we're looking what is the relationship. So this is the relationship to the workplace. As you saw the ladder, each step we are connected. At the end, the key relationship is people looking self-actualization. It's not we are looking physical need only. We're not looking this safety need. We're not just looking for this love. We're not just looking for this self-esteem. We are always craving for something. We are the being craving for something. So that relation, if you don't understand or don't ask, and are we talking to the Green HR? If we don't go that deep level of understanding, living behind this spiritual dimension, as you said, relation, how could we go deeper? I think. So I will say for this ground, it's very critical, important dimension to have spirituality in this. And that is the exact what called element that will bring the high level of satisfaction in the workplace. When you realize self-actualization, that is the highest level of satisfaction. So that's how I will evaluate. Yeah.
So, what do you think, about its implementation then? So, do you think only, the employers or the HRs have the responsibility to, implement it and everything? So, how does this, actually manifest with the behavior of, employees?
I will say it's not about HR only or who. It has to be like referring to Dr. Kaur example. It said environmental. It has to be everyone contribute. Everyone mean because no one know perfectly what that self-actualization mean it. So the implementation should start from everyone. But
Yes.
uh, I'll say some of the approach I will say how to make it more practical or pragmatic is to more teach in the workplace environment about giving more space, more importance to this multisensory education, the one we did earlier. Like, otherwise we will become a mechanic being, like mechanic being with the two eyes, nose, lips, okay, hair. Okay, if long hair, that is a girl, and short hair, this is a boy. We become a machine. Okay, we come 9 a.m., go 5 p.m. You have to check the checklist. We become a robot. Like if you go back to
Correct.
this
Yeah.
Henry Ford period,
Yes.
assembly line. So we will be part of the assembly line. You see. So is this no? These are not you. We are high level. So I think here the most element how to start the implementation part is through the multisensory education and practice. What could that be? That could be up to, I think, HR professional like Dr. Kaur and yourself designing based on the nature of workplace, the environment, preaching them that environment with their local context, the practice, such as like multisensory practice, the one earlier we said, who is listening, who is hearing,
Right.
come on, wait and give it space. For example, sometimes we say, okay, I hate it. I hate to work here. And hold on and say, I hate. Who is hating? I hate what? Give it thought. Oh, I hate this place. Okay, okay. Who hate? Why you hate? Oh, you hate the place, but that means you love the people. Even your question.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah,
because you
that could
hate the
imply
place.
that also.
So people are not going deeper. So I don't know what kind of Nishan. I'm not giving all the us. You ask about what are the implementation, how to start. So I think this could be. So more giving time and about educating multi-sensory thing and practices. Otherwise, we will become, for me, let me end my sentence with this. If a mechanic walk with just his tool and device, enjoying his walk, okay, walking, is one condition. On the another scenario, the mechanic has to walk with this tool and device because this is the only way for his family to for him to make earn money
Money.
and save his family.
Right.
In this scenario, two scenario, you can imagine which one will make him happy. If you put a
Right.
limitation, you have to do only this way. Gone. He become mechanic, real
Right.
mechanic. But on the other hand, he choose, he enjoy with this tool and thing to do this mechanic thing. Then he will be the hero. He
Yeah.
will be the like Thomas Edison, for example. You got the point because he got
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
passion.
Right.
So my answer is no single man can do this, implementation part. It is about all of us finding your own passion and
Contributing.
that starting from the HR head, definitely creating such environment. So this is how I did do it. Yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Kaur, do you actually relate to this, given the fact that Green HRM is also, as Mr. Suren rightly said, a thing where the contribution of all employees, or all the people of a certain company is important. So what do you think about spirituality at workplace and its connection with even Green HRM, or even having certain similarities with Green HRM?
Okay, for my opinion, I think, as Mrs. Suren mentioned before, it is the realizing of the workplace spirituality.
Correct.
People should know first what they are doing before they are expecting too much. Uh, as Mrs. Suren mentioned before, nowadays people needs and wants are very high. We
Yes.
mentioned that psychological needs,
Yeah.
especially during this time, they want to know Asia. This one, they want to know the Asia, but they don't know that we don't have the business during this time,
Correct. Yeah.
and Asia also the employee.
Hmm. That is what
So,
they often forget. Yeah.
but anything, they should have a positive attitude and
Mm-hmm.
ethics to work. They already have a pay compensation. They have the
Right.
benefit already, so they should do what they should do, but safely. In Myanmar, yes, we need to go safely, and we don't have any limit yet. Like that, we don't want to do this job because this is not my job, and this one job. This is the one job. Nowadays, we are working from home. We cannot do like that. So we should have a team activities, and we need to enjoy the life moment that we got during this time.
Correct. Yeah. That's very rightly said, Dr. Kaur. Thank you so much for that. So, when you're talking about HR heads and employers, or the entire organization. So, Mr. Suren, my question to you would be, what do you think should be the leadership approach? And should the leadership approach look like when an organization plans to actually step towards workplace spirituality and implement it in their company?
Uh, you know, as I said earlier, like approach should start from the definitely depending on the industry, context, language, culture. But in general,
Right.
for global, common point, it won't be something new theory for me, for my
Correct.
understanding. We need to,
Yeah.
as we refer like Maslow earlier. So for leadership approach, I will say again, we have in organizational behavior, I think we say powers and politics, how to
Yeah.
maintain this foundation. Again, it comes to, I will say, creating power. The organizational head, the HR head, they should I would say that the organizational head, the HR head, okay, they should they should create such kind of power. Like for example, in organization management, normal powers are like if you look like the power mechanism, power
Yeah.
basis, they call
Yeah.
the referent power, external power, internal power, or at the end they use cohesive, legitimate power. This power, they are
Right.
power too, okay,
Right.
basis.
Yeah.
But in this case, in spirituality, I would say use the method right approaches authentic power. Okay, what is the only one term, only common approach? I would say use the authentic power. So what does here authentic power mean? Authentic power mean through all the way we have discussed about spiritual experience,
Right.
Authentic power means know your personality, align your personality with your soul. For example,
Yeah.
I ask who is hearing me, who is listening me. You said Nishant. Know who is Nishant, who is listening, and align your listening experience with your being. Who is behind you, listening, performing, governing this all? That I said the dual
Personality.
identity.
Yeah. Dual identity.
Have one identity. Try to make it only one. So your personality and soul, when these two are aligned together, that is the most powerful experience in ever. So that is the authentic power in every human
Oh.
being. For
Okay.
example, if you look Michael Jackson, if you look, you just see his body. It's not the physical body dancing. Okay. In India, people say Prabhu Deva, who example that. No, you just look them their body. Okay, it's not just the
Right.
body dancing. There's something
As a
behind.
person. Yeah.
Yes. So what is that experience? And how could they do that? So the leadership approach here is to align your personalities with your soul.
Okay.
So this is the approach. And in order to do that, we may need to develop a lot of daily practices, observation, and yeah, experiences. As earlier, I think Rina also shared that. Okay, so
Yeah.
I leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Suren. I really like the way you actually, try to relate certain very, popular things with, spirituality, or just say for that matter, any topic. I'm pretty sure that, whenever you're talking about any other subject as well, you do this thing where you give a lot of examples where the audience can relate to it. So thank you so much for that. And so, when we're talking about actually implementing workplace spirituality and things like that, so what do you think are the long term benefits, or even the immediate benefits for embracing workplace spirituality for at different levels, be it for employees, leaders, and also the organization as a whole?
Oh, Nishant, very clear. You just look when your personality are in align with your soul. That means when you listen thing, you are listening right thing properly because there's a conscious working behind you. It's not only Nishant. Nishant is your name, your body, your physical, but this the conscious, the super conscious behind walking. So when you are aligned with this, the immediate benefits are in context with Dr. Kaur earlier mentioned how human demand are increasing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look this all and go back to Maslow theory, the bottom, so you will see the benefit. Physical need. When you are aligned and in contact with your superpower, you will think, okay, this physical need, I'm eating. Oh, so tasty. I'm so happy. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. When you got this your satisfaction, you keep asking, oh, this is my mouth, my tongues. You know, the taste enjoying just here, just 6 inch, 5 inch
Yeah.
taste. After that, there's no sensation at all.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so you go more deep level of conscious. Then you said, "Oh, this is not tasty. I'm not satisfied." You don't go and expect extra because only for this, you know. Then you learn
So
to,
true. Yeah.
you learn to focus. So you it kind of, I will say, you got what is the immediate benefits? All the physical need. You got more high level of conscious, not to just focus on this physical need or priorities. Okay. And psychological need, the demand, what Dr. Kaur said, demand, increasing demand. Then you will have a balanced demand. So the immediate benefit. You will have a
Yes.
quality demand. You
Right.
will know this demand are not going to help me anyway. You will go more deeper. Then you will focus more on. So, what are the immediate benefit is the workplace environment become conscious environment. People, everyone take away. So that will be the most immediate benefit. And long-term benefit, if you say, how no offense, long-term benefit will go to like global level, political level, even organization. Mr. Xi Jinping may not need to create world largest army. Okay, Mr. Kim Jong-un may not need to send rocket after rocket. Why they all are doing this? Because somewhere they are looking for this unsafety, fear, threatening. So how does it link with organization? As you said, the benefit long term. If this kind of people become, I mean, the global leaders, the so-called the global leader, who made them, don't know, but they are in the context the leader. This kind of leader, if they know about, this spirituality, spiritual experiences, okay, importance every being has, then long-term benefit, they will be more calm down. They will say, oh, if I send one rocket, anyway, it's not going to help this way. That he will think more deeper, cost and
Yes.
benefit. You
Right.
got,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Mr. Instead of, he will say, instead of bringing the world largest army, okay, he will be thinking, building the best education, best university in the world, a
Yeah.
university where I would say Islam, Christian, Buddhist all come and study together, do the development. Why? Why that kind of leadership in organization still rocking? Because they are putting, they are just the slave of these five senses. They are not looking that
Beyond
are
it.
the result of spirituality. So the long-term benefit will be entire earth will be a peaceful. The great leadership will come. So
Correct.
starting
Yeah.
from individual to that. So that's how I see, I think the benefits for him. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Suren. So we're talking about, obviously you mentioned a lot of benefits and, the things that are, affected and impacted through workplace spirituality. But then how do you actually invite spirituality into any workplace when we are breaking down those two words?
It's just one word. I'll say just be there, bring integrity, integrity. Because if you, it may affect the mental health how earlier if you don't bring the integrity. Like
Right.
five perception, don't play around with your sensation. Okay. Know your five senses plus align with your real being. So
Right.
the term so far, I don't know what term I should use, but as your experience, there's something bigger than this five sensation called. So
Correct.
uh, how to invite is, I will say, this multi-sensory perception. Develop multi-sensory being, human being. Don't see all of us, don't live us just a multi-sensory being. Let us live as, okay, encourage a new thing. We are saying we're multi-sensory being. We are not limited to the five sense. And and then promote, because it's a risk also. Ask your first original question. Spirituality is not something new, but it doesn't become household name because no one go deeper. And the reason no one go deeper is it's not because it's difficult, because everyone has a different perception. Okay? So there's a confusion, there's no common standard. Right? There's no common standard. So I think we need to more depend on HR professional like Dr. Kaur, yourself, and the team to yourself to promote more high level of engagement, finding, research on spirituality, where slowly the world need to adapt to have a more face by face, the way Maslow has high level approach, right? More approaches to certain level of spirituality that we can grasp, like we feel it, like earlier as we said, who is listening, you see, we feel that okay, there's something. So that
Right.
kind of pragmatic way we need, and through this way, practical way only, we can invite at workplace. And in order to
Correct.
do that, the leaders HR need to have full integrity, no cheating at all. What you see, what you feel, how you behave should be aligned with your inner outside, inside outside. And then you will feel the peace of like Buddha, like when you say Buddha, you see his figure. What
Peace.
feel you
Yeah.
got? When you say
Yes.
Jesus, you feel his Jesus, right? When you say Muhammad, you feel that, right? That
Correct.
kind of feeling you must need here. So that kind of standard, what the great leaders ever on this planet done. So I think we are just a learner and developing and how to bring that in HR more working environment. It depends more on HR professional like Dr. Reena and platform like yourself. So this, I think, how I think we should come back. Yeah.
be it spirituality at workplace or green HRM. Of course, they are subjects of human resources, and you both are really experts at it, and obviously professionals from the past decade or more. So, what do you think, Dr. Kaur? What does HR actually mean to you?
Actually, HR means a lot to me. After I listened the discussion from the Mr. Suren, I think it's
Yeah,
quite deeply when we think more. But
yeah,
you said that I mean matters. I would like to mention only two main things that very means to me. Firstly, it means empowering relation. HR plays a lot. HR, I mean the not the employee relation. Let me use human relation because HR is relation with not only employee, it's relation with the employer, employee management, stakeholders, customer, everything. HR has the good relation in our work. So human relation. HR plays a very important role in bringing all together in the organization. So let's say we are always say one plus one greater than two. And let's say HR has developed a beautiful green HR strategy and nicely present to the management to implement this in the organization.
okay,
But the main thing is we need the contribution, the participation that of the this management, stakeholders, or the employees, even from the managing director to the company helper. We need to be relative. All the people we need to communicate. We need to work together. That's why this human relationship is very means to me as of the HR professionals. Otherwise, our collective goals cannot be achieved alone. HR cannot work in the small office and in front
right.
of desks. Right? So HR need to be works everything. So human relations is very means to me as a HR professionals. And the second thing is, as we talked before, is a change management. Nowadays, we need
Yeah.
to change in every work, every place, every fashion. We need to be changed. So let's say HR focus on the improvement on both the individual in the organization as well as the whole organization.
Right.
So that's why we got the HR department as a change agent.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
For example, HR start initiatives, the Green HR strategy to save the environment, to develop the people, to maintain the company sustainability, like that. So it's change management also very mean to me. Uh, yes, for the time concerning, I would like to mention only two in here. That's very spiritual matters for us today.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
absolutely agree with that. Yeah, Dr. Kaur. So, the same question to you, Mr. Suren. What do you think actually, HR means to you as a person?
Yeah, coincidentally, it's just next level of what Dr. Kaur said.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same thing what she said. HR is human relations, right? Relations, Spain relation. So to me, that's exactly relations and higher level of relation. We need to go to high level of consciousness. With relation, for example, HR mean when you said what does it mean? The relation. When you talk relation, what does relation mean? Relation, for example, the highest level of relationship so far we have known is I feel with my mother, with my father, parents, right? Oh, taking care, that sense of belongingness, care, attention. So
Yes.
that's about relation. Now you're talking about the SDG goal, United Nations people, peace, place. So we're talking about workplace relation. Yes. What is the high level of relation? Is it love? You go highest level. I think most of the people won't deny with me. Highest experience of relation is love.
Right.
When you are in
Yeah.
love with someone, okay, you cannot explain. You can't write ILOVEU. No, that is not enough. Never, never. Okay. The more you are in love, the more you can't express.
Correct.
So love is a spiritual experience. Love is a spiritual experience. Okay.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
Dr. Kaur said HR is the human relations. So I add on my understanding, relation has to be spiritual. When it has a spiritual, up to a spiritual dimension, just I'm bringing that. Make sure HR, to all the global HR who are listening today, our interview section, this beautiful, new approach we are doing, Green HR, and then, so this is the take-home message. Make sure your relations are not just a relation.
Right.
It do carry spiritual dimension. Without that, you are dead. You are
Absolutely, yes.
mechanic. Okay.
It's just a
So
robo.
that's like,
Yeah. So, as you just gave a message to all, the HRs and the entrepreneurs, and be it any HR profession for that matter. So, Dr. Kaur, what do you think is the one key skill that, HR professionals need to learn in this, constantly changing business paradigm?
Thank you, Dr. Nisha. I think after joining these sessions, I understand that every HR professional should learn this spiritual power that Mr. Suren mentioned before.
Yes.
Previously, I think that attitude is very important for the HR people.
Hmm.
Just for example, ethic in recruitment and selection, ethic in performance management, there's ethic in conducting external training, or ethic in the compliance and salary benefits matters. And
Right.
to starting from the end, ethics in the this separation, resignation, and exit interview. We have ethics in every HR functions, consistently
Correct.
changes in the business paradigm. But in generally, after joining together with two of you, I understand that all are relevant for the spiritual power. We need to
Right.
be, we need to have all HR professionals should have this case.
Yes, I know. Absolutely.
So
So,
I need to try my best first to be involved in this area. Yeah.
yeah, correct. So, Mr. Srain, what do you think should be the one top skill which HRs need to learn?
I think it's more about building practice to build your integrity. That's the top skill. I would say don't look for more new skill. Of course, skills are important.
Yeah.
Make sure also, my message is, make sure you are good in the skill you already know in your checklist. Okay, are you good in being integrity? You know yourself. You know what you know. So
Yes.
that kind of practices. So that's what I would say. These are the top skills. Only one for me. That's what I'm practicing and earning today to some of the Asian region as well. That
Okay.
really helped me. So
No,
whatever I talk here is it's not it's what I practicing and I'm searching, learning as a employee, as a citizen, as a being. So that skill is, I've said, always focus on your integrity, what you dream, what your organizational goal, your goal are all intact. What is your strategy, your plan are all in line. Are you performing enough? Or remember, I also aspect about your expectation. Are you expecting more than the input you do? Okay, that's
Correct.
self-respect.
Yeah.
These are the basics element. Without these skills, any other skill if you develop, I don't think it will last long. So our these are the skills I would recommend, and I would like to acknowledge though some of the key player and this is the time like who bring me more awareness in this spirituality is one of the person called you guys may know Mr. Shiri from Art of Living.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
I got this word first time like in 2000, 7 years ago, 13.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
in US somewhere and telling spirituality in business place. So I just remember this because of Dr. Kaur earlier saying ethics, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
today 21st century, yeah, the world is facing high level of ethical issues. As you grow you see the ethic problem. So they invited Shiri Shiri at a business conference, and he was, I think, in this path he was first ever being to talk high level of spirituality at business place. So that is where
Oh,
I came to learn first time the importance to my life. And second, I'll need to refer my references, like I'll say universal human.
Oh,
There,
okay.
there is Zukaf, yeah. So this has a lot of research earlier, as I mentioned, about moving. And lastly but least is something like this total
Total
meditation.
meditation.
Dr. Deepak Chopra. Yeah, so these are some of the elements. So these are the skill, Nishan, I think we need to develop. Yeah, learn, practice, and make it your own. Don't read it only, practice it, right?
Practice.
And make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Practice makes a man perfect. So, you very rightly said that despite the fact that, even if we do feel that we know a specific skill, we have to keep practicing it and, being the most professional that you can be at a specific skill. So, thank you so much for that. And with that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you, Dr. Kaur, and thank you, Mr. Suren, for doing this with us. It really means a lot. And I'm pretty sure our audience will learn a lot through, the information and the knowledge that you have shared with us. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
It's
thank
pleasure.
you.
It's
Thank you
pleasure.
from
Thank
your
you.
side too.
Thank you.